So we're finally getting ready to grow some sweet corn. This is the bi-licious sweet corn here. And we're getting ready to sow these seeds in a 12 seed tray. So she's gonna get ready to open this up, and we're gonna see how many corn kernels we have in this packet. So already I can see that there are more than 12 seeds in here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put at least one per cell. So we're gonna put it right in the center of each cell, and we're gonna push it slightly beneath the soil, but not fully on the way, because we're gonna still cover lightly with soil afterwards. So she's almost done putting these 12 in here, and you'll get to see the next step as she covers this up with extra soil on top. Now, corn has a really good high germination rate as well. Personally, the only time I've germinated corn was once, and from my experience, it germinated really well. So Tasha's putting the soil back on top right now, just a small amount to cover the kernel. And the next step after that would be to just slightly wet the top of the soil with a little bit of water to get the germination process started. You don't want to use too much water. You don't want to rot the kernels out. So just a little splash on top, and we'll call that even. And we cover this up, and we'll check back on this in a couple of days, maybe about a week or so. All right, so we're checking back in on the bi-licious hybrid sweet corn. We did this one about a week ago, and this is the result so far. We have 10, well, is that what, 9 that sprouted up so far, and we're still waiting for these 3 here. So hopefully we get those sprouted up, but in the meantime, having 9 out of 12 isn't so bad. These things shoot up so fast from the soil. One day you're looking at it and there's nothing there. The next day it looks just like this. We're going on our 4th week since growing these hybrid bi-licious corn, and you can see it's pretty much time to transplant this into a bigger pot. The roots are pretty much ready to go. They're not root bound. It's a perfect time to transplant these. So let's get to transplanting. So now I got all 11 of these out. So it's time to start putting those in these cups. All right, so we got all these out. Go ahead and start placing them inside the cups and filling. And you can see the roots are pretty good. It's a good time to transplant. So here we have the bi-licious sweet corn. So right now we're getting ready to transplant these into a bigger container. So you can see the height of these are pretty good. It's definitely time for these to be transplanted. All right, so we're getting ready to transplant these into bigger containers. As you can see, I've already removed the rest of these corn. You can see the roots, they're no longer in cups. So basically to get this out, I just hold the bottom of the stalk and squeeze around to soften the soil while pulling slightly down on the cup until finally it's out, and you can see the roots. It's a little bit, it was starting to bound a little, but we're good. This is still a good enough time to salvage it. So let's get these roots straightened out. Let's set that down into the pot. You want to put these in wider containers because these grow kind of tall, and you don't want them tipping over every couple of minutes. So you want the pots to have a nice sturdy base for these corn. And this is the bi-licious hybrid sweet corn. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of these and we'll come back. All right, so this is the bi-licious sweet corn. after we've transplanted them into bigger containers. We have some more over here. So far so good. This is what it's looking like. So we'll check back on these in a couple of weeks and we'll see how much progress we have. And just while we're here, down here is some corn that we planted about maybe a month before those ones. These were the ones that we planted in the containers here. You can see how far along these are. We planted these like a month ahead. And we also planted some in the ground around the same time. So the ones in the containers are actually growing faster than the ones in the ground. We planted these the same exact time. So in about a month or so, these bi-licious hybrids we just planted, we just transplanted, these should be looking like these. All right, so this is the bi-licious sweet corn that we planted about 2 months ago, and you can see it's already got corn sprouting up on the side. You can see the corn right there. And we have, again, we have plenty of corn that we planted. Here's some more over here. You can see the corn right there growing. Unfortunately, we only get one corn per plant, but that's why we grew plenty of corn. Here's some more corn in pots. You can see the corn growing on the side. But here's a corn that we planted in the ground. And let's see. So we have one that's growing too. So you can see right here, this one is growing too. And this is the only one so far that we've seen that's growing too. But we'll give it time and see if any more pop up. But so far, they're all doing pretty good. You can see, so even the one that's laying down here is still growing out. So we're gonna have a nice harvest of corn. The corn's looking really, really good.
Here's the corn that we're harvesting.
And while we at it, we might as well get this cucumber down here. And we'll get that one later once it gets a little bigger. And let me see if there are any more cucumbers. There's a random cucumber growing there, but that one's not ready. And there's some past all this corn. You got corn in containers everywhere. There's another cucumber back there, so we'll let those grow. So this is our harvest that we had in the last couple of days. Some of the stuff that we just picked today, but a lot of this is stuff that we've had harvested maybe the last 3-4 days. So you can see it's been a really nice harvest these last couple of days for us. And thanks for the support. We've been loving the support, you guys, in the comment section and all the likes and the shares and follows. So just keep it up, and the more support we get, the more videos we drop. So thank you guys for watching, and see you again in the future.